Feature Friday.
The freshest.
VIA Dolorosa.
This has been super requested, and I am not gonna oppose.
Oh wow, you
Because it's
smell
less.
of chocolate. Someone smells chocolate.
Thanks, it's my new hand moisturizer.
Oh,
It's
nice. It smells lovely.
cocoa butter.
Oh, it's cocoa butter.
Yeah,
Right.
so it does smell like chocolate.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There you go.
I wonder if this is Spanish.
Yeah,
Via
the
Dolorosa
name,
means
the painful, route, the painful path. Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
And
what it
Dolorosa
is.
is usually it's more used. Something like in a religious term.
It is. It's more of a pleading type of way of saying pain.
What is that Virgin in Venezuela? That has something to do with
La Dolorosa.
or Dolores.
I don't know. Lourdes is the one that you're thinking of. La Virgen de Lourdes. No?
Well, if I was thinking of that, I'd say Lourdes, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I actually got invited to go to Lourdes.
Oh, did you?
Or is it Lourdes? Or is it Lourdes? It's in France, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like a sanctuary.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
there was a what is it? The Virgin Mary appeared there.
Right. I was meant to go there. Didn't do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Just saying.
Great story,
That
bro.
story just ends really fast.
Say it again, will ya?
But maybe
Keep
in the
us
future.
entertained.
Maybe in the future, I'd love to go.
Yeah. Well, so yeah.
Don't press the button.
That's the wrong button.
That's the red button.
Sorry for the screaming. Anyways, this is Lea Salonga, and I love her.
Singing Via Dolorosa.
I don't know if this is in Spanish, in Tagalog. I don't know, bro. In English.
Oh, so it is quite a religious piece.
Maybe this was for Holy Week.
Semana Santa.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, for Christmas, I don't know what the hell.
What a production.
Wow.
I love that she's wearing blue. Favorite color. But not really, but I love blue. Stand, yes, steady. ¿En español?
No.
But she
in
pronounces
English.
it like it is.
The soldiers try to clear the narrow street,
She is perfect for this.
but the crowd pressed in to see the man condemned to die on Calvary.
Yeah, she is perfect for this.
He was bleeding from a beating. There were stripes upon his back.
Whoa, that choir.
And he wore a crown of thorns upon his head. And he bore with every step the scorn of those who cried out for his death. Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way, how suffering, like a lamb came the Messiah, Christ the King.
I mean, you do feel that. Like, that is crazy, dude. I think the whole house feels that. They all they start shaking here.
Okay, you know what is mad? In the Hunchback of Notre Dame, it's one of my favorite musicals. The stage production,
Never seen it.
because on the stage production, the one I studied from, had a full-on choir, like a gospel choir, right? So you had all these layers going through the whole performance, right? And they made the eerie more eerie, the painful more painful, the bright very bright, and the happy, ecstasy. And this is the magic of that theatrical feel to pieces like this that are really full of emotion and true faith, and yeah, it's a very difficult piece to approach if you don't know how to access those emotions, right? So it is amplified by the scenery and how we're seeing it here, but the soul performance by Lea, it's very pure, You know, it's very transparent. You can see right through it, and that level of communication through performance is, it's very hard to get to. Very, very hard. These are years of wisdom, you know, and maybe this is what's easy for her in the moment. But I know that the work that happens right beforehand, it's a mountain, you know, and it is fantastic. There's something so ethereal and magical to it all. It's hard to express exactly what it is, you know.
So you wouldn't attribute it, like in this case. Obviously, I'm very still learning. Well, learning about everything, but still learning on, like, especially in the musical theatre thing. But so you wouldn't attribute this to, like, the whole skill of acting through song.
Yeah, I think it has a huge influence for sure.
It's
but
not to say, like, acting through song is bad, right? But you do know, like, you do you do like is when you see performances that kind of like
you wonder if the emotion is true or acted
yeah,
through.
like because that seems
Here's-
rather transparent. But
here-
then I could be being fooled. I don't
No,
know.
but here's what I believe.
Right.
Here's what I believe. The acting through song has to come from a real place,
Right.
an honest, true
Yes,
place.
yes.
So it might have started like that, but perhaps what the performance that we're seeing, the take that we're seeing, is the most true, the most raw, the most honest. So this is true for her. This is her truth. Therefore, we're seeing her truth. So the emotion is not fabricated.
It's simply
anymore.
that the skill of acting through a song
Helps
it's
you
like,
access it.
It's like being able to articulate ideas
There you go.
just through music and performance.
That's
But
good.
it doesn't mean that it's
So let me ask it in a bit more the same question in a bit more technical sense. Is the composition of the song true or not?
is the composition of a song true or not?
Yeah.
In the
like
sense,
the meaning, the emotion of it. Do you think the composition's emotion, as if it was written by the composer, is it true or is it acted?
no, it's real.
There you go. But it had to come from a technical and an accessible point. First, the man had to study music. First, the man had to study the Bible. Therefore, all of these technicalities help you access faith and write it down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the emotion of it is true, but everything surrounding it was fabricated. Therefore, we think the emotion might have been fabricated too, but it's the true, the most honest, amplified version of.
Yeah, that wasn't my point. My point is
No, I'm just trying to make an argument.
you win. But my point, yeah, I understand. Like it's kind of like a tool to articulate
That's right.
better an emotion.
That's right.
Right, fine. That's what I thought it was. But I'm just saying, is that always the case when it comes to?
It doesn't have to be.
Because it's like, for example,
It doesn't have to be. You can sing a song from without acting anything through it, and you're honest, truly connected to the meaning itself. Absolutely.
yeah. So how do you differentiate which is which? I'm not saying one has more value than the other.
Well,
But
you
I think
as a member of the audience, you would never know. Some performance just move you in certain ways differently, right?
I don't even know what my point is. I'm just trying to say, like, it seems very, very transparent.
It is indeed. I agree with you, but I also think, you know.
She's also the master at that, so I don't know.
She is.
She's also an actor, so. But I'm not saying she's faking it, because it seems like
Yeah. I
because
understand.
it's not, right? Because that's not what acting through song means. Fucking hell.
It's
complex,
but
right?
It is a complicated argument, and I totally understand where you're coming from. I think I also went through that same thought process when I started acting, and what defines a real emotion, and what defines it as acting, and it comes to the point of the performer. It comes down to the performer. How truly connected and how transparent are you in the process of accessing these emotions? That's what the people will judge as honest or not. And if you feel connected emotionally to the performance as part of the audience, that's a true, honest moment of it. You know?
Okay. I don't mean to kind of
No,
bore
but
anyone with like.
I think
'Cause
there's value.
I'm just really
There's
interested in
value
learning this stuff.
yeah, I think there's value in asking those questions because, you know, you see performances like this outside of a theater and you wonder how much of this is true. And I totally understand your thought process though.
Because theatre is so maximized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, go on.
Chose to walk that road out of his love for you.
See, right there, I think it's very honest. She's very connected to the emotion because she's not seeking to
Engagement.
engage. There you go.
She's seeking to engage with the ethereal, more spiritual, faithful.
Right,
connection.
she's aligned with something spiritual. Oh, what a performance, dude.
Por la vía dolorosa, triste día en Jerusalén.
Oh, está cantando en español.
Los sonados
That's Spanish, wey! What about?
Wow.
She has wonderful pronunciation.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
my
Saying
god,
that
this
open.
hits harder. Oh my
She's
god,
fluent.
her perfect pronunciation. Oh my god.
Y fue quien quiso ir por su amor, por ti, por mí,
God, what a perfect performance.
por la vía dolorosa, al
God, that's a lot, dude. Jesus.
Calvario y a morir.
Dude, she's unbelievable, dude. What a master.
Down the Via Dolorosa, all the way to Calvary.
I think that's one of my favorite videos I think we've ever seen. Father's gonna like this a lot as well.
Wow. What a piece, man. What a piece.
Dude, she's basically fluent in Spanish.
She is. 100%. There was
1,000%.
not a shadow there of nothing.
There was no over pronunciation of ours, which seems to happen with people that try to really like nail it down. It's just perfect.
There literally no shadow.
It's
of-
so weird as well how
If somebody told me she was Latina and she was like singing this song in English, I'd be like, wow.
yeah, I think she really
Cool pronunciation in English.
I mean, yeah. It's like,
Wow,
wow, her
cool.
English is not
Wow,
bad.
her English is dope.
But it's like, yeah, she really flipped the switch that I think every Filipino person has.
Yeah.
Because, and it's so funny as well about Spanish that it's I think it's a perfect language for two things: conveying pain and expressing love.
Both in this piece.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's why this is one of my favorite videos I think I've seen in a good while.
Oh,
We're
I
playing
think
these over and over again, mate.
the wow, Efra, the emotional. I don't know if I have the heart for that.
Starting Sunday morning like this. Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning.
It's good to be reminded of the greatest sacrifice, isn't it? Every day. I think the connection to both and commitment to both versions of the song in English and in Spanish, it really packed a punch. Like it had already struck a nerve in English, but when she sang it in Spanish, wow, obviously the whole message is amplified. At least for me as a Spanish speaker, like I think I feel like it also had another color. Obviously the song had already amplified that we were already far in the journey. So when the Spanish version of the song came in, the emotions were already running high. So it was just that amplifier of emotion. And I think what a clever choice. The arrangements very beautifully done. Wow.
Funny thing though, I reckon if that bit it wasn't in Spanish, it was in Tagalog, I think it would have most likely had the same effect.
I agree, and I think it's because we were already on the journey. We, like I said, we had already struck a nerve. She had already struck a nerve earlier in the song, and everything was already amplified. The pain, the suffering, the greatest sacrifice, the greatest expression of love itself.
Painted through a song.
Painted through a song. So when the alternative version of the verse came in, it was like another dagger to the heart, but it was already happening. That was already bound to happen. So I think the language there, it was like it could have been any other language. She could have sang it in
Italian,
Japanese, yeah. And they would have still had the same feel.
I do
and
wonder
intent.
though, why Spanish?
Maybe the song is
just a name.
originally in Spanish and they
Right.
translated it and they're paying homage.
I
Maybe.
see.
Maybe this
I
is
mean,
in
the
Spain.
title of the song is VIA DOLOROSA, right? So
Who knows? Maybe this is an Italian song translated to
say,
Spanish.
the only thing that could let me know she's not Spanish is that she pronounced Via Via. Where we're from, most people just pronounce Via with a B.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Via.
Is that like a B but with a B?
Yeah, Via.
Like a plosive
Like,
instead of a...
Yeah, Via.
Yeah, Via. No, we don't say it like that.
We say Via.
She said it really proper.
And that's actually the correct.
Yeah, she spoke very proper Spanish. More Spanish than we are.
Yeah. But yeah, so
that was beautiful, bro.
let us know what you thought about it, and maybe what other piece Lea has done, or maybe other pieces maybe that are in Spanish and that for some reason very popular in the Philippines, or any other artist, and we'll more than happily check it out.
Definitely.
That video's sick.